Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Easily Deceived. Uncomfortable conversations in the car. I'm your host, Mikey. On this channel, I am going to be sharing conversations that I have with myself about topics that a lot of people are afraid to talk about, but definitely need to be said. So, let's get into this video. Today, I'm going to be discussing, I can't say the word grooming because now the word grooming means something totally different in this day and age. But I am going to say your presentation, how you appear, okay? And let me explain. Now, also, let me give this disclaimer. Now, this channel is just my opinion. It's my observations. It's the way my brain thinks. You may agree with it or you may not, and that's fine. But these are things that maybe you thought about, but you were just too afraid to say it. Well, I'm not afraid. I'm going to say it. So, what I'm saying about your presentation. Let's talk about, and this may sound a little strange to talk about, but it needs to be said. So let's discuss our beautiful, beautiful biracial children, okay? And by no means am I trying to offend anyone. I'm not trying to belittle anyone or judge anyone or make anyone feel any type of way. This is just merely an observation, okay? So, for my parents of my biracial babies, okay? And by biracial, I mean something mixed with black outside of the African American race, okay? They can be Hispanic and African American. They can be Caucasian and African American. They can be Indian and African American. But my biracial babies, I am going to say, and this is for a specific category, okay? This is for my biracial babies that particularly have a mother who is not African American, okay? And I'm trying to watch what I say because, again, I don't want to offend anyone, but this is something that really needs to be said. So for all of my biracial babies who have a non-African American mom, their hair, okay? Their hair is something that needs to be discussed. Now, what I have noticed, again, my opinion, my observation. What I have noticed is that biracial babies that have non-African American mothers, they really don't know what to do with their hair, okay? As we know, biracial babies have beautiful hair. They have a blend of, you know, their African American culture or heritage. They have a blend of, you know, whatever other nationality or, you know, race that they're mixed with. They have beautiful hair, absolutely beautiful hair, whether it's super curly or if it's long and straight. But they normally come out with a beautiful grade of hair, okay? And what I have noticed is that if they have a non-African American mother, then they really don't know what to do with their hair, okay? And I say this because I have observed this is not every biracial child. This is just what I have observed. They will come into the store and their hair is not moisturized, it's not combed, it's not styled, it's just kind of there. And their hair is absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful, curly, straight, it's beautiful. But if they have a non-African American mother, I tend to notice that they really don't know what to do with their hair. It's dry, it's not moisturized, it's not combed, it's not styled. And I'm not saying that they have to have, you know, a hairstyle or anything, but just comb it, you know, just shampoo it, moisturize it, you know, give it some good conditioning, and then if nothing else, just stick it in some ponytails, okay? If you're not a hairstylist, or if you don't, you know, can't get fancy with it, but at least comb it. I am really, I don't want to say I'm tired, but I kind of am. I'm tired of seeing our young, not only babies, but teenagers or adolescent biracial children, and their hair is not combed. And like I said, it doesn't have to be the latest style, the latest design. It don't have to be none of that. But at least shampoo it, condition it, moisturize it, and put it in some ponytails, okay? And here is my tip. If you have a biracial child and you are not African American, at least stay friends with the child's auntie that may be African American, okay? And what I'm saying is, at least have somebody of the African American heritage that can do something to the baby's hair. There, I'm just going to say it, because these children walking around with these big puff balls on the top of their head, it's just not, it's not cute. And it's not about being cute, but it's about the health of that child's hair. Moisturizing a child's hair doesn't take very long. If you don't know what to do with it, at least have, you know, the baby's father's sister, like the child's aunt who may be African American, have them do the child's hair at least once a week, okay? That's all I'm saying, okay? So again, not trying to offend anyone, not trying to, you know, belittle anyone. These are just things that I have observed and things that just need to be addressed. So if you have a biracial child and you are not an African American mother, then at least have an African American friend, an auntie that can do the baby's hair, that can shampoo it weekly, that can, you know, moisturize it real good, maybe, you know, condition it, do a deep conditioner, just so their hair won't be so hard and brittle, okay? And I mean, you know, if all else fails, hell, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live in the Indiana area, you know what I'm saying? If you know me and you have a biracial child and you just can't do anything to their hair, I'll do it. I would love to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just tired of seeing them walk around with their hair pulled back in a matted knot, you know, looking like a bird's nest on the top of their hair. It's just not necessary. All right? So that was just something that needed to be said. Number two, going on to number two. This video is going to address a couple of different things. So number two, to my sisters, okay? To my sisters who have school-age children. Now, when the kids come in, they look so pretty with their hair all done up for the first day of school. Oh, they have the braids and they have the beads and they have the designs. And then they have, you know, some of them may have weave in their hair and it's long and it's looking so beautiful. Well, honey, those hairstyles are not meant to be for the whole school year, okay? And I'm going to say this, and again, I hope I'm not offending anyone, but if you're going to get your child's hair braided or in a style that is going to require for it to be maintained, then please set that into your budget. Don't get your child's hair done if you're not going to be able to keep up with it. I know braids are expensive. I get that. But you can't get your child's hair done for the first day of school or when school starts and then don't get it done again until summertime. That hairstyle is not meant to be worn all through the school year. If you can't maintain it for at least every 3 to 4 months, please don't get your child's hair braided, because it looks so pretty when they first get it done. And then 4 or 5 months later, it is just a matted net. It's a matted mess. And I noticed that when a child feels pretty, they act pretty, okay? My mom used to say that all the time. When you look pretty or when you feel pretty, you act looked pretty. And I believe that to be true. Because when they first come in and they got their hair all done, they're real sweet. They want you to look at it and compliment them, and they're real nice. And after about 3 or 4 months, then they get to acting like, they fighting, they arguing, they being disrespectful and all that. And I'm not saying that one has anything to do with the other, but it may have, because their hair looks a mess. It looks a mess because you have had it in their head for 4 or 5 months. So again, I hope I'm not offending anyone, but these are things that need to be said. So parents, if you are going to get your child's hair braided, if you're going to get weave put in their hair, please be able to maintain that hairstyle, okay? Don't just put it in and let it go for 6 months to a year. That's not what it's intended for, okay? If you can't maintain it I'd say every 3 to 4 months, then don't get the child's hair done in that style. Or better yet, learn how to braid. Learn how to braid your own child's hair, so that way when it's time to get it done, you can do it again for free, okay? You don't have to pay to get their hair redone. So that's it for this video. Again, I hope I didn't offend anyone, but this is something that's been on my mind. This is something that I've observed. So I always say, if you know better, you do better. These may be some things that people don't really know, or they don't even think about, but I'm here to have those uncomfortable conversations in the car. So join me next time. I'll see you then.
Love, leave me all on red, that's some cold hold. Then you hear me late at night, you support that, yeah. But you already know that, yeah. And I love it when you throw that, yeah. Shawty